Okay. There we go. People are coming in. Hello. It's the end of the day dance party. That's all
Get
we
your
do for
Dr.
the next
Pepper.
30 minutes. Yeah.
Red Bull.
All the energy, all of the greatness. Okay, now I need to turn down JT just a little bit there. So I am so excited for this. So if you've been joining us for the past webinars, you know that Bonnie and I have been hyping this one up. We've been like, yes, and Kyle's like, oh no. Because we had to bring a member of the Travefy team in because while planning for all of this, you know, there's so much coming from Travefy that you're going to see here today that we thought Sales Workshop would be the amazing, perfect opportunity to give you an inside scoop of what's coming to Travefy's platform and for you. So it's really exciting. And we have Kyle here, who I'll formally introduce here in just a minute. But this session is going to be short and sweet. We're just going to keep it to about 30 minutes here. So I'll start diving in. But one thing that's important to note, this is being recorded. So I know there were some people earlier who was like, oh, I can't join. Like, will this, because you really want to watch this. You really will. So this will be recorded. You can catch it on our Sales Workshop landing page where you can register and then you can watch this recording just shortly after we wrap up here today. So you'll be able to watch that in there. But I also want to note something here too, is even though we're just going to take like 30 minutes today, just to give you, again, sneak peek, we want to give you a little bit of a gift for joining us during Sales Workshop and show you what's on, a little bit of what's on the roadmap for Travefy. But on Wednesday, October 30th, we're bringing Kyle back and for a whole hour. And we are going to do like a way more in-depth version of this and show you even more. So Bonnie's going to throw that registration link in the chat so you can get that on your calendar now. But keep that in mind. Save the date for this because this is more just that sneak peek to this big webinar happening at the end of this month. The spooky webinar just right before Halloween. So it'll be a lot of fun. But with that being said, I know we have a lot to cover here. So I just want to introduce Kyle in here. So Kyle is part of our product team in Travefy. So Kyle, I'm going to let you take it away and share a little bit more about you.
Yeah, thanks, Stephanie. And happy to be here. I think I am super excited. So I joined Travefy in April, and just a really quick introduction for myself, because I think we've been a little bit behind the scenes and for good reason. So I'm on the product team, which means we get to build the product. And I think for a lot of you, maybe Stephanie has the best role at Travefy. Her role scares me, and I would hate to do this every day. And I think I have the best role because I get to talk to a lot of you and really understand your problems and what we should be building moving forward. So in terms of my background, I've spent about 15 years in service-based tech. So for a company called Huddle, some of you may be familiar if you've either played high school sports or had children who have played high school sports recently. And it's right down the road from Travefy. And there's a lot of similarities between that and Travefy. So I really love working with people who just genuinely love what they do. And coaches and now advisors are that. And both of them have super strong communities. I just love these communities where day to day, you might not be working directly together, but there's this super strong culture of growth and just helping each other. And at the end of the day, I just absolutely love building software that really helps facilitate interactions between you and your clients who you just have an unwavering commitment for. So I joined in April, and I've been able to meet some of you, but not all of you. And I think we've been a little bit quiet on the product side. Since joining in April, I've really been spending a lot of time just like deeply understanding you, your needs, and just the overall travel industry. And then internally, just helping Travefy get back to its roots, which is really just leaning into what Travefy has always been good at, which is listening to advisors and then moving relentlessly to deliver what you need. So yeah, I've had a really amazing time so far meeting some of you, and I want to keep doing more of it. So this is my own plug. I can't promise that I'll be able to build everything that you want, but I can promise that I want to hear your thoughts and learn from you. So coming out of this, definitely hit me up.
Oh yeah. And you will probably after this. You've brought yourself in now to the community of.
Yep, I'm here. This is the unveiling.
Yes.
And I know we've had a lot going on behind the scenes, which is what we want to kind of give you a sneak peek at today. There's been so much going on, and so much of it is close to going out. We've just spent a lot of time kind of putting some final touches on it, making sure it's actually solving the problems we set out to solve. So we can jump straight in. Well, and the first thing I want to talk about is just kind of a quick recap. You've probably seen by now, in June, we rolled out Marketplace, and this is really leaning into that community aspect that is just so strong with advisors, and making it easier to kind of help share content within your community, and help you find content that's out there. So it's actually pretty incredible at this point. We have over 10,000 items that are available on Marketplace for free that are all created and shared by all sorts of people in the group. Obviously, the biggest group of that is individual advisors who are leaning into that community. You've probably seen a number of our webinars recently from Stephanie and Bonnie. We've been sharing our own examples coming out of there, where you can go find some of these things that we've been talking about and just bring them directly into your library. It's also been really exciting seeing partners like Magic Made Simple love it and really leverage Marketplace to build their brand and find that as a way to attract new people while sharing some free content at the same time. And then lastly, internally, it's been pretty fun. We're seeing a ton of buzz from tour operators. Not every tour operator is huge and has a tech team to build a deep integration or their own platform. So giving them a platform to really get some of their tours out there and create great content that you can just use out of the box. And so from there, we keep improving Marketplace. You might have heard just a couple weeks ago, we went ahead and included landing pages in Marketplace as well. So these can be a lot deeper than simply your brand and the landing page that you statically keep over time. We have a ton of advisors who are creating landing pages specifically for a trip or a group that's going on a trip and using these to really extend the platform itself. And so now that these are in Marketplace, it's just going to be really exciting, and it has been exciting to see just different examples of how to use these things alongside everything else you're already doing come together. So from events to full itineraries to forums and now pages, there's just a huge variety of free content out there to help you improve and run your business.
And one thing I'll note as well is tomorrow you should join us for the landing page webinar. It's like during 12 p.m. tomorrow Central Time. And there, little small hint, there's some landing page templates already in there that we're going to go over tomorrow. So you can get a little head start, but that'll be really exciting to dive deeper into that.
Yeah. The next thing we work on, and these I don't think get enough billing, but we have a ton of integration within Travefy. We're just always about how can we like simply bring you more and the best content possible. Even in the past month, we've updated that. Viator's been investing in their integration and has reached out to us to improve based on that. And similar with ALG Vacations, they continue to invest and they look to Travefy first, knowing that we work with more advisors and help build more itineraries than anyone. In addition to that, we also have our own API for partners who wish. We've partnered recently with Ultimate Jet Vacations, and we continue to look for partners who want to just keep pushing more and more content into Travefy for advisors to find and use. And so with that, we've always brought you and strive to bring you the most direct integrations with the most content. We love to integrate directly when we can because it always gives you the most updated content, but it's not uncommon to have something that you need to build for a client that you can't find through a direct integration. And that should be obvious, but not every tour operator is big enough to even offer those types of integrations or has the tech team or the platform to do that. And we're always on that lookout for how can we make it simpler for you to create and use really great content. And so another piece we're working on is our new Smart Import. You'll be able to upload a PDF or copy paste some information, and Travefy will smartly pull out of that the events. You'll be able to preview them and then add them directly to your itinerary. And this is actually something behind the scenes. We've already been using it. So you all haven't known, but we've been testing it and practicing, and it's been used over 10,000 times. So we've been really using this for a lot of the email imports. And what we're actually seeing is some of what we're doing is actually more accurate than some of our old integrations. And so we're really looking for those opportunities where we can like not only increase the number of things you can bring into Travefy, but consistently make that better and more accurate and richer content.
Really quick on the Smart Import, which is so cool how it's been behind the scenes. So what's an example of where someone, it might have happened with them and they didn't even realize it?
Yeah, so for a really long time in Travefy, we've had that ability to be able to email us directly a confirmation, whether that's a flight or a hotel confirmation or things like that. If you've used Travefy and used that functionality a lot, what you've probably found is there's some hotels or airlines that are very consistent at coming into Travefy, but then others are hit or miss, and some may never work at all. So if you've ever experienced that where you forward something to Travefy expecting it to import, only to come back later and find out that it hasn't imported, what we're doing now is in those cases, more than ever, we are able to actually import a lot more than we were previously. So we've seen a massive increase in the number of things that you've been sending us that we've actually been able to work with and import.
So cool. All right, I'll let you get on to the next one. I know this is a big one.
Yeah, this is a big one. We know how important cruises are to what all of you do. So again, staying in that theme of how do we just make it really simple for you to find and use great content? And we know cruises is a big area, so we really want to improve here in a big way. And the first place there is making cruises way more discoverable, so it's just easier to find. And then on top of that, we're going to have more cruises than ever. So we're doubling down on making sure we have the most cruise lines and the most sailings possible. And this spans from ocean cruises to river cruises to luxury cruises and more. And then even though we have more cruises, we're also striving for even better content. So this includes things like richer summaries about the cruise itself, deck plans, cabin info, other ship amenities, in addition to more information about each port along the way. And all of it, we want to give you the control. So whether you're looking for your client to have an overview early in the planning process or to create a really rich, full itinerary once they've really locked in what they want to do on their travel. So look for a lot of improvements around cruises coming as well. And then last, we are redefining what a trip is in Travefy to reflect more of how you work and help you manage your trips easier and faster. We've come to realize a trip is so much more than a single itinerary or proposal. You're just doing so much around planning a single travel experience. It's not just an itinerary or just that proposal. So Travefy has grown with you, and many of you as might relate, but you might find yourself bouncing all around Travefy right now to manage your proposals or creating a landing page for a trip or creating and managing a form for anything from international travel prep to credit card authorization. And so with this will come a new look, better organization, and new functionality. So now from a single view, you'll be able to add multiple itineraries, proposals, or form to a single trip. This is going to be helpful for planning group trips or just presenting different proposal options to the same client. You'll be able to create, send forms, and see responses directly from the context of that same trip. And it gets even better from there. You'll have the ability to resend that form to your client, and it's going to save your message and the values you put in that form so you don't have to re-enter anything. And then one of the main drivers for us to work on this is to help you stay organized. So you'll be able to add labels to a trip to quickly organize it within your trip list. And you can also track in private internal notes on that trip that only you and your team can see. So we've had advisors actually using this to power their business for months now. It's such a core change to everything that you're doing that we're really taking our time and being methodical with the rollout of this. So we've been testing it. We're looking for more people to try it. And in the coming months, you'll see the ability to actually opt into this experience at the right time for you and your business. And
Amazing.
yeah, this has been a really big one for us. I know it's hard to communicate, not just the value, but the level we went to behind the scenes into the software to just fundamentally from the ground up rethink what a trip means and how we need to build this, not just for what we're delivering today, but what we're going to be building over the next couple of years. This is really the foundation of the future of Travefy. So it's taken a while to get to, but it's not all about what's there today. It's about what it enables us to do in the future.
Including the next thing.
Yeah,
Crumble.
so one of the reasons that we felt now was the time to stop and really rethink what a trip means is one of the most requested things we hear. And so we're calling this decisions, and this is a way for you to collaborate with your clients to get the answers that you need to plan their travel. And so we're starting with a really easy and professional way to provide multiple proposal options to a client. So all through a single email with a single link, You'll be able to send them multiple proposals. You'll be able to summarize each of those proposals on top of the full itinerary if you wish, including the key differences between those proposals at a really high level. And then you position your client to intuitively respond to which one they are looking at. And not only can the client respond with their decision on that proposal, but you'll also have the ability to include a custom form of your choice or even a payment authorization within that same link and that same workflow so that you can get straight to booking the travel as soon as you get the answers from them. So this is like really exciting for us. And I know a lot of you have probably been asking for parts of this for a really long time.
Yes, it's so huge. Like literally just even looking at the screen, I'm like, oh my gosh, like how amazing. It's really cool. And I can't believe this is just kind of the beginning, which is really crazy too, that there's just so much more even coming. It's amazing.
Yeah, this is awesome. So some of this, we started with Marketplace. That's actually released everywhere. Everything else here is already in progress, and a lot of it is already being used by a really small group of people for a sneak peek and some early feedbacks. I really hope that we're able to do a lot more things like this event in the future. We really do want to be transparent and get feedback early and often on what we're building and what we're thinking about it building next. But like you said, Stephanie, at the end of the month, we want to go into a deeper look at a preview of the releases ahead. So today we covered a lot of like what's actually in flight right now. And that one a month from now is going to be exciting because we're going to start talking about where we're going for the rest of the year and into next year.
So exciting. Oh, this was the last slide I had. So there's we have a special opportunity for everybody today. Kyle, what if people right here they're saying, I want to try this? How can they do that?
Yeah. So if you want to try it, we want you to try it and we want to hear what you think about it, the good, the bad, and the ugly. We have a form that we're going to have you fill out. I can't promise that everybody's going to be able to use it today or to get that sneak peek, but we do want to collect your information. And as soon as we're rolling these things out, we are going to choose a small group of people to be included in that sneak peek so that you can get access in front of everybody.
So amazing. It's so cool. And a couple, well, wait, I had a couple things. Where did they go? I had a couple of questions here. This one was or during the integrations, somebody had asked, do you know if Expedia Tap is working? But we have them. So Expedia Tap is in there. Some people are asking too about Viator Project Expedition. And I know you talked about Viator. That is so cool, the enhancements there. And then ALG, which just the other day, now they support multi-stop bookings in there. So if you were using it previously, that's now available to you as well, which is just so incredible. And also, if you are not part of our Facebook group yet, definitely join that because that's kind of the first place we usually go when we're announcing things. So it's definitely the place to be. Actually, I think some stuff kind of got released a little bit today. Bonnie was putting some posts out there today, which
Oh
is really
yeah.
exciting. Oh yeah, really cool. And also, if any of you are already trailblazers, we have some stuff coming to you as well. I don't know. That's tomorrow. Well, yeah, it will be like literally like tomorrow. And a
It's
lot of people have
tomorrow.
been asking. Yeah,
Less than 24 hours.
less than 24 hours. It's crazy. Again, so this is a big week here for us. We were like, why don't we just go big? Let's make this huge. But Kyle, a lot of people are asking too, when can they expect a lot of the things you were talking about?
Yeah, so like I mentioned, all of these things we talked about today are either out there or being used by a small group or in flight today. So that sneak peek group we're looking for over the next couple weeks is really where that sneak peek is going to happen. And then November. So maybe not a Christmas or holiday gift, but maybe a Thanksgiving gift for those of you in the US.
A Black Friday gift. Yes, we'll be giving it to you. That'll be really awesome. And I know too, all of these questions too, I know some of them we'll make sure to get those back to you, but I know some with like ALG. Definitely, if you don't already, I bet a lot of you are you do this, but if you don't, definitely utilize that chat in your account to send us feedback because Kyle gets that. Because Kyle, I mean, you thrive off the feedback. You like really want it.
Yeah. And like our client champion team is the best in the business. So use that chat for that reason, first of all, because you will get the best help that you can possibly get. But yes, they do a great job at forwarding directly the feedback so that we can read that, and then also kind of summarizing that and helping us pull it together. And like I said, I joined in April. It has been drinking from the fire hose to really learn everything, and I want to continue that. We won't be able to do everything, but we have a lot of great stuff. And the more we hear from you and the more you can help me understand the pain points you're feeling and where you want to take your business, I think the more likely we can end up in a great spot to be the right company to help you do that.
Absolutely. And it really is. I mean, the industry on its own, I mean, as everyone who joined, if you've joined recently, there's all these acronyms, there's host agencies, there's all these things that you have to learn. And then also doing a product and figuring out how it works best for you. So as you can imagine, it would be a lot, but definitely use that chat. Or if you want to send us an email, professional@travefy.com, just we'll pass it along to Kyle. We'll make sure he gets that. And also as fill out that form as well. And then we might be able to reach out and get you started and all of that good stuff. But Kyle, thank you. This is awesome. This is exactly what we were like. Can we show them a little bit? Because like Bonnie and I get so pumped that, and we just want to tell them everything. So thank you.
Yeah, for sure. I think it's really easy for me to get too excited about the going deep and building, and I know what's coming. And so definitely like stepping out of my hole a little bit and getting better at letting you all know what's coming and bringing you back into that process a little bit more than we have.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. And we love that. That's why all of our users are so amazing because you all do care about, where in your feedback, it's always so great. And we've always just thrived off of it. So thank you all to you so much. It's really awesome. But one last thing though, before we go is because, sales workshop is just not done yet. We still have one more day. And it's a jam-packed day again. And because we're just having so much fun, So a couple of things I want to highlight is one, happy hour. We have happy hour tomorrow. Pretty much at this time tomorrow, there will be a winner of happy hour, of travel trivia happy hour. And you can win Amazon gift cards, which it worked out really well because it's Prime. It's like Prime Week right now. So that was nice. That worked out very well. So maybe put some things in your cart and then join us at Travel Trivia Happy Hour tomorrow. And then maybe you'll, get a gift card for that. But I also want to mention that tomorrow, before the happy hour, because that'll round us out, we are going to start in the morning tomorrow at, well, could be a different time for you, but 10 a.m. Central. It's a little coffee chat. And I'm really excited for this. We're bringing on Steph Lee from Host Agency Reviews. If you're not familiar with them, they do these amazing research, getting all the data for advisors. And she's going to share a lot of the data behind what has made successful travel advisors. And it is so fascinating. I kid you not. Some of it you're like, oh, yeah, that would make sense. But then when you really dig into it, it's really interesting. So I can't wait for that chat with her. And then we are going to also talk to Desiree and Bonnie as well. We'll help lead this, but we're going to dig into the Travefy product and talk about landing pages. And we're going to touch on what Kyle was talking about, where there's those page templates now in Marketplace. And Desiree has actually added some, and she's going to show you how you use those page templates to build just really high converting, marketing landing pages to just close that sale. So that's going to be fun. We're really excited about that. And then the last session is the perfect bookend for this whole sales workshop. We're chatting with Morris Sims, who has been in sales for a really long time. He's a consultant now, and he is going to have a really fun and interactive session, just all about how do you help people decide, close that sale. It's just going to be really fun, and bring your questions because he's going to open it up, all about that. So it's just going to be a really fun day. So join us there tomorrow. And thank you so much again, everybody. And thank you, Kyle and Bonnie, for joining us. Always so much fun. And two, hopefully we get to see you tomorrow, but also safe. Hope everyone is being safe with the hurricane, and we wish all of you the best that are in the path of that. But know that we hope that we can see you here tomorrow and have another fun-filled day. So thank you, everyone. And thanks, Kyle. Thanks, Bonnie.
Yes. Have a good night, everyone. See you bright and early tomorrow.
See you all.
See ya.